Hello. On this video, I'm going to take you with me on my bicycle ride. A little bit later than usual. It's around 8 o'clock or so. But on this video today, I want to address again how incredible it is that when you express yourself, when you say what you want to say, when you say what you're able to say, when you say what you want to hear, yeah, when you say what you agree with and what you understand and what is meaningful to you, you just become quiet. Yeah. I'm just standing still here for a second. You become quiet. And yeah. And it's not because you have nothing to say. I still have plenty of things to say. But when the time comes for me to say it, I will say it. Gonna put on my gloves. It's pretty cold. Even though the sun is shining. And as I was also saying in one of my posts, this silence that I'm talking about is of course based on the notion that there really is no inner language. Yeah. I mean, you may say something, but that doesn't mean that there's inner language. And this whole ridiculous falsehood that people, many people talk about that, right? This falsehood of the mind, the chattering mind, the monkey mind or whatever. Yeah? As if there's constant talking going on inside of you. It's just totally not true. If you would say what you supposedly think, all of that goes away. There's nothing left. There never was anything to begin with, but you didn't know because you never expressed yourself in the way that you wanted and in the way that you were truly capable of. So, yeah, here is this outside of the town. And I take you to the outside of language also, because, once you have said what you wanted to say, there's silence. You go beyond words. Yeah, whatever. There's no such thing as going beyond words. What kind of a nonsense is that? I mean, when I stop riding my bicycle, do I go beyond riding my bicycle? I just stopped riding my bicycle. That's all it is. And yeah, there is of course no I who rides my bicycle. There's just riding my bicycle. Yeah. This piece of matter that I am. Yeah, I am a piece of matter. My body is a piece of matter. But my body, as a body, is behaved neurally in the same way that I neurally behave my reality. And I wouldn't know that I neurally behave my reality and my body if it wasn't for the fact that I said to myself that that's what I'm doing. And there is no me who does this. There's just language that is expressed. There's just these legs that are moving up and down on my pedals of my bicycle, and this mouth of mine is moving. And then when it stops, yeah, it stops. The bicycle stops, the talking stops. And when I die, my body stops. And then, no, there's nobody leaving his body, There's also such nonsense talk. All these spiritual people, oh yeah, he has left his body. What kind of bullshit is that? Nothing leaves your body. Yeah? When you die, you're done. It's finished. Yeah. But we are in denial of death. We are in denial of reality. We are in denial of our, mortality. And so we fabricate all kind of bullshit. And of course, the inner language is what we fabricate because we cannot really say what we want to say. Yeah. Although, of course, it is possible to say what you want to say. I say it. And you could say it too. But to do that is something that requires your cooperation. Yeah. You're not cooperating. You're not cooperating with yourself. You're fighting with yourself. Yeah, you're not listening to yourself. No. You're listening to others, or you're trying to make others listen to you. Okay, well, all right, that's why you are not listening to yourself. So, unless you stop with that. Yeah, even if you would speak to yourself, you wouldn't hear it, or you would seem to hear somebody that is alien to you, somebody who's a stranger to you. You talk with yourself, and yet you don't want to hear it because it sounds so weird. You can't make any sense of it. Yeah, of course, you can't make any sense of it. How can you make any sense of yourself if you keep talking in such a way that you don't want to hear what you say? Now, you may quote me on that. How can you make any sense of yourself? Yeah, I already forgot what I said. It doesn't matter. I was trying to repeat it, but you have to wind back the tape and catch me in a moment. All right. Oh, it's so beautiful here. It's cold but beautiful. Oh, you should definitely check out my X account or my Substack account, because I've done some great exchanges with the artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence, which unlike people, acknowledges that yes, it is true what Mr. Maximus Pepperkamp is saying. It's not just his subjective rambling. No. It is true that language is overt. We cannot deny it. Hello. And so, and of course you can deny it. You do deny it. But that's to your own detriment. Yeah. And I continue with my embodied language. Morning. Yeah. That's what you see here. Okay. So, what I'm saying is truly the most important thing anyone can hear. I know it sounds pretentious, but I say it. The most important thing you can hear is someone, whether it's yourself or someone else. I mean, if you can't do it yourself, you might as well listen to me. Someone who hears himself, someone who has embodied language, someone who actually knows that a whole bunch of problems everybody is involved with or believed to be involved in because of how they use language, because you do not listen to yourself, because you have disembodied language, you believe to have all kinds of problems which I don't have. And so you're listening to someone who doesn't have the problems that you have. Now, wouldn't you like to understand why that is? Wouldn't you like to be like that? No, you can't imitate it. You have to speak with yourself. You have to listen to yourself. You have to understand yourself. I cannot do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. But you can pick up some clues about how I, here, while I'm riding my bicycle here on this beautiful path on the outskirts of Chico. And in every way I live my life, because I live my life the way I do, because of my embodied language. So I create, with my way of life, with the decisions that I make, I create the opportunity for myself to have embodied language. Yeah, how could I otherwise have this? How could anyone otherwise have this? Yeah? So, you can also have embodied language if you create for yourself the circumstance in which it occurs, in which it can occur, in which it will occur, because it can occur. If it can occur, it will occur. Yeah? If it doesn't occur, it simply means you got it all wrong. Yeah? You gotta change your way. And so, embodied language happens because you are well adjusted to it, so to speak, yeah? And you can push your language on your life, on your reality, so to speak, yeah? You force reality to be the way it is with your language. Well, good luck with that. That's what's causing all your problems. That's what keeps all the trouble going. I adjust my language to the reality. And I see, I view, I experience what I say as made possible by the reality. And yeah, you know, just like a plant or a tree, it needs water, it needs ground to grow, roots, it needs sunlight. An environment is needed for life to exist. Yeah, for as far as we know, there's only life on Earth, and we could be very happy that we are in this wonderful Earth environment where we can breathe, where we can procreate if we want to. We don't need to, but we want to. And where we can be happy, where we can have embodied language. If we stop fighting, if we stop arguing, if we stop our disembodied language, which of course, it's nothing but trouble if you don't listen to yourself. How can you expect that language to work for you if you have language which is based on the fact that you're not listening to yourself? It doesn't. It cannot. And that's why I am an authority. And an authority can also be referred to as a master. Well, okay, call me a master then. I'm a master of languageology. Yeah. And I don't have a PhD, but I have a PhD. A PhD in languageology. You can refer to me as the man who has a PhD in languageology. It sounds good. It has a nice ring to it. Yeah, and of course, how can I be so casual, or how can I be so so playful, because I am just speaking about this on my own authority. I don't care what other people say. I don't care what other people say, whether they have this or that kind of knowledge. I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care whether there are behaviorologists, or whether they are behaviorists, or whether they are evolutionary psychologists, or whatever, psychiatrists, therapists, all the people that presumably have knowledge. I have this knowledge and they don't have that, and that's why they don't talk about it. If they would have this knowledge, they would be talking about it in the same way as I do. Not in the same way as I do, of course, because they have different skills, different qualities, different possibilities than I have. So they would talk differently about it, but in essence it would be the same, in the sense that it's equally true for them that they can only have embodied language if they listen to themselves while they speak. Anyone with real knowledge, and real knowledge, of course, is not necessarily knowledge of, what we call physics or chemistry or, biology. These are the hard sciences, right? So knowledge of the hard sciences is considered real knowledge. Well, I'm not talking about that. The real knowledge is wonderful, don't get me wrong. It's wonderful, but it is all meaningless as long as there's no self-knowledge. Yeah? And self-knowledge can only emerge from your way of how you use your language. That's how self-knowledge emerges. By using your language correctly. Yeah. And nobody talks about that. No guru, no master, no enlightened person. Why the hell haven't they ever talked about that? Why haven't Krishnamurti talked about this? Why has Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh never talked about that? Osho, or what is it? Sadhguru, or whatever their names are, all these people, Nisargadatta, or whatever their names are. All these great people, Ramana Maharshi, or whatever his name was. They knew it. And they had seen the light. And Meher Baba, whatever the names are. And then you have all your saints and all your Jesus and your Moses and your Muhammad and all these people and Buddha. I've never heard anyone talk about this. Why is that? Well, because they didn't know. They didn't know what I know. They didn't know how to combine the science of human behavior with language. Linguistics doesn't get here. Linguistics, they talk about embodied cognition. You know, what the fuck? Embodied cognition. Go to hell with your embodied cognition. You know what cognitions are? Cognitions, these constructs, these mental constructs. Yeah, these things that we say to ourselves inside our head. Well, there is no inner language, folks. And so, as long as you keep peddling your nonsense about being mindful and, I don't know, cognitive dissonance. Oh yeah, that too, right? Now there's cognitive dissonance. You have an inner conflict. No, you don't have an inner conflict. An inner conflict doesn't exist. It's kind of like, my one hand is fighting with the other hand or something. No. That's not how that works. Yeah, your language is just incorrect. Yeah, your language is incorrect if you do not listen to yourself while you speak. And if you do not listen to yourself while you speak, you believe in the illusion of inner language. Okay, I get it. And the illusion of inner language, it doesn't matter that all these millions of people have believed in it. Generation upon generation, they have believed in it. And we have all pretended as if we think, therefore I am, I think, therefore I am. No, you don't think. You talk. If you say what you think, you talk. And so, if I ask you, what do you think? You're talking. And I'm hearing something. And that's all there is to it. But if you can't say what you supposedly think, then you start to believe that you're thinking something, and you don't think anything. There's nothing to think. There's no inner language. It doesn't exist. So, that's how it really is. And this is the most important thing that you can hear anyone say. And yes, I am my own authority. I insist on this. I repeat this. I insist on this. I don't mind. I don't have a mind. So I can just freely say this again and again as often as I want, because that's just how it is. I say the truth. And the truth needs to be said. In my opinion, it does. I say it. If you don't want to do it, I do it. I don't care. And I'm not going to have an argument with anybody about it. I'm not going to defend it. I'm not going to explain it in the sense that, you explain it to me. Why should I explain it to you? You explain it to yourself, dude. And you tell yourself what it is. And if you can't, well then, too bad for you. You're lost in la la land of inner language. Go ahead and live. Yeah, people say, I'm living the dream. Yeah, no, you don't live a dream. You live the illusion of your inner language. That's what that is. I don't live any dream. I don't have any dream. Dreams are just like your inner language fantasies about what's going on. You're just laying in bed. You're sleeping. And of course, there's this possibility that you have that illusion. There's this possibility that, you seem to be hearing inner voices and all that kind of stuff. And you even hear your voice of God or the voice of whatever, some higher power or from former life. People speak from the dead and all that. That's all great, You even believe that you hear your own voice. But you know what? There's no you who hears your own voice. There's no me who speaks. There's only speaking. And the me who is speaking is gone when you have embodied language. There's no inner agent that does what I do. I am able to speak this way because I'm riding my bicycle here on this beautiful path on the outside of town, and I can speak like this freely here because there's nobody here. I can speak freely like this because I allow myself to speak like this. I enjoy speaking like this. And at the same time, even though I speak like this, I feel totally quiet. Yeah, I'm totally at ease. There's nothing that I'm trying to claim or pretend. No, this is how it is. And the fact that you can get it, that you can't get it, is your loss, is your problem. It's your tragedy. And to the extent that I am, of course, I live in the same world as you do, in the sense that, we go on the same street and, so you with your weird perception of reality, you make nothing but problems. You destroy what could be. And I'm just not gonna let you. I'm just not gonna let you determine my life. Absolutely not. I live my own life and I have no regret. I have no problem also pushing you aside or avoiding you, just completely rejecting you, completely ignoring you, because you have nothing to offer as long as you don't have embodied language. And so I just want you to know that. And I only care about people that have embodied language. Yeah. So, and you can have all kinds of justifications for why you have disembodied language, why you should be having disembodied language. Because yes, there is aversive control and you need to practice counter control. Oh, good luck with that. I don't care about that. I've done that. I know what it is like, but that's not my cup of tea. I have ongoing embodied language. And so I'm not into this tug of war, disembodied language versus other disembodied language. To me, that's just a dead end. Yeah, so not part of that. I'm having embodied language. Yeah. I've said it. I hope you've heard it. And I hope that you're going to verify it. Because that's what you need to do. If you want to have embodied language, you need to verify how it works. So, yeah. All right.